Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forged Alliance. This is another game from the rank ladder. This one between TA4Life and Rick. We got Seraphim on UEF. You see TA4Life going first there. He's got second land, a few P-gens. While Rick playing his AN going first land. A few P-gens as well, no doubt we're going to see air there as well. Let's see how much expansion we get. You can see this bomber is on its way. Well, almost. See here, 101 when the bomber takes off. Gotta get those rocks and gotta expand fast on this map. Pretty large map. Expect to see some naval. And you can already see some of these expanding engines would be a great target for this bomber. I should be able to see this bomb. Should be able to pick something up on the radar. Takes out a couple flags. Now going sideways looking for that NG. Back at base, getting second land, more engineers, and you can see the different engineers expanding. There goes an expanding engineer from Rick. Rick now has air, is going to get an interceptor. Looks like TA4Life is going to try to sneak around the base and just probably hit some of those expanding engineers. Looks like this interceptor is going all the way to TA4Life's base. I'll look for any transports or anything like that. And you can see this bomber already with 3 kills moving in. This will be one expanding engine to be great to pick up. And you can see a successful bomb. This will be another good one. We do see a transport and interceptors from Rick. And I hear a problem here with a transport getting caught by an interceptor. It's a big loss for TA4Life. So 4 kills so far for this bomber. This will be a great target here, but it looks like it's just going to be set down. And a transport now from Rick. Looks like he's going to challenge for this island. Absolutely nothing going in that direction yet for TA4Life. He did lose that transport, now making a new one. Also some naval planned for TA4Life. And this bomber's up in the air once again. Shooting at the wrong unit. And that would have been a good bomb to take out that NG before it gets to the factory. But it didn't work out. You can see the AC unit for TA4Life expanding to one of the islands. There is an Aurora moving there. That is one big advantage for Aeon. You can see Rick was able to establish a base here before he's got an anti-air turret plus a factory and radar. TA4Life throws down a few engineers. We are seeing bombers and interceptors moving in this direction. That bomber can kill a few of these engines. Would be a big loss. This would be a bad place to have an air fight. The interceptor is successful, but are shot out of the air. Factory for TA4Life plus some flak. Actually some interceptors. And yet another transport for TA4Life is shot out of the air. That's a big loss. That's 2 transports. TA4Life at the island is going to make some factories. And a bit of an air fight. TA4Life takes, and here come the bombers. Second factory planned. There's already 3, 4. Rick, that's going to be a very good base for Rick. Successful bomb, very important bomb. Bomb from TA4Life as well. Taking out the Auroras. And so far map control is 4-2. Rick versus TA4Life. We are seeing this Navy now, plus some yet another transport. Looks like submarines and frigates. No Navy for Rick yet. Rick getting T2 on the ACU, T2 power. Still T1 factories. And now it looks like it's going to be a failure here for TA4Life. We see a double drop. Some engineers and some arty. See how successful that is. Challenging for that top island. A pretty large Aurora, of course, now moving down. It's going to take out these small expansion islands. And now this Aurora now with 1 kill. Taking out engineers, 2 kills. TA4Life getting some more factories. And here comes the double drop. See if there's any success, plus an Air Force. And now these engineers are going to start moving, going to get some factories. The Arty's going to move in. Really not much in terms of defense, just some Auroras. Total air domination. And looks like a few NGs are going to die, but this Aurora successfully takes out the Artys. One factory built, some PD is planned. And TA4Life might be able to even out the numbers here. There's these Auroras in the back still making their way. You see Rick trying to take back air, but a frigate here. It looks like naval presence for support. The Aurora's doing a good job. Yes, not the tanks are moving in. So 2 factories versus 2. It'll be still a battle. Plus a bomber for Rick. Now Rick had just put his ACU on a transport. And he's going to take this island back himself. It's a T2 ACU. And get some T2 PD, and that'll be very tough to counter. And this could be a potential problem here behind TA4Life base. TA4Life now still Tech 1. Everywhere, nothing, that's T2. The expansion island. Looks like TA4Life is just going to keep on marching with his ACU. It's T1 ACU, but still no T2. And back at the expansion island, Rick, they're getting T2 PD, and TA4Life just basically got to get out of there. He's going to leave. It's a good defense there from Rick, but we are seeing pretty strong naval presence for TA4Life all over the map. Well, then now here come 5 Tech 1 naval factories from Rick, all making submarines. So that'll be interesting to see. Now we're seeing T1 bombers versus Auroras. Auroras moving in the starting position. Of course, they are vulnerable versus bombs. Some of those bombs are missing. A pretty big Tech 1 spam there from a single factory. And now it looks like the Auroras will be taken care of. They do kill a few mask extractors. Rick completes the takeover. He's going to kill a few of those factories. And Tech 1 naval established here with 6 engineers plus a couple engineers taking small islands. We're seeing floating flag plus Tech 1 Navy moving in. A group of 5 Tech 1 submarines. There are a few submarines for TA4Life. 4 versus 5. It should be a win for Aeon. And a bit of frigate versus Aurora action in the middle here. Bombers supporting for TA4Life. Looks like a whole bunch of drops here for TA4Life. A TA moving in, he's going to run into a whole bunch of Auroras. Stop making those factories. This could be bad if some submarines come into this area. Looks like Rick just made it back to his original base. And here may be a little bit of trouble for his Navy, but not too much. Still 4 submarines alive. Just larger numbers. And Aurora successful. Aurora taking back an island. 4 kills already. TA4Life comes back to the island and then double drop here. See if we can do much. Some tanks. Just a whole bunch of tanks. And take out all the engineers. See if we can do damage. Still, TA4Life has been playing with 2 islands versus 4. Once again, T1 bombers versus Auroras being pretty successful. Still Tech 1. This is all still Tech 1. Looks like some expanding engines are going to run in another team of Auroras. Rick using in very well here. Looks like multiple drops here on this island. And you can see the Navy for TA4Life also shifting in this direction. Looks like the ACU for TA4Life is going to make it on that island. So it is becoming a very even fight. Although still a pretty good advantage here with Aeon. We are seeing Tech 2 Tech. Some T2 air. That's a big advantage for Rick and much more power. See if he can make that count. TA4Life with a whole bunch of engineers he just dropped off, and here comes T2 air with the gunships. Extremely good weapon in these circumstances. We're seeing bombers versus interceptors, with the interceptors winning. and a couple more drops now coming in for TA4Life. It's just purely engineers. That's it. Does a whole bunch of engineers and they're getting hit by auroras. That's not a very good place to be. Maybe even more engineers. That looks like that was a cancel drop going into their own position. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. A very tragic situation. That was 4 transports full of engineers sent to their massacre. Well, actually, they just captured, that was finally with 17 kills, 18 kills of their own people. So a bit of yeah, that was just murder. TA4Life now in the water, looks like it's getting T2. And a whole bunch of bombers attacking one of Rick's expansions. It's TA4Life trying to capture back the map. And not too much anti-air here, just Tech 1. This is a very large Tech 1 bomber spam here from TA4Life. We can see quite a few T2 mass extractors back at the islands for Rick, so he still has a very good eco even though he's losing islands. Actually, this island getting wiped out. We do see some T2 air from Rick trying to prevent this, but that is unsuccessful. More bombers now coming in to kill our auroras. And they're not running away. There should be some engineers coming in. Yeah, there's some engineers on the transport. And a bit of a naval fight. We do see a strong T2 Navy from Rick. So far Rick much better T2 Navy as well as T2 Air than TA4Life. TA4Life still spamming Tech 1. That could be a problem. A very large submarine force from Rick. That's going to be a problem for TA4Life. Here at minute 23, we're going to see destroyers versus floating flak here. And in general, the destroyers are better, although these are very low fire rate and not very maneuverable, which is very good if you want to take it on with floating flak. And here come the T1 bombers. They're going to try to take out this island, targeting some of the flak. And there is a T1 flak here. See T1 flak getting targeted. That was very much overkill. But it does look like these bombers are getting wiped out slowly. And T2 mass extractors targeted. Well, let's see how successful this strategy is here. We are seeing now T3 air from Rick. And that should put an end to this shenanigans here at this island. Still a few T2 mass extractors for Rick. And a lot of dead units over this island. Actually still pretty good at T1 air presence, and a massive drop from TA4Life is going to try to take that island. Might not be very successful given it's still a T2 PD here. There goes that mass extractor. You can see those 5 full drops. He's got to move. See, this PD is just slaughtering these units. This is just tragic. Oh, this is tragic. Why is this happening? And after losing 3/5 of the units, finally the units are going to move. And if they can take out that PD, it'll be a good situation. And they do, but not quite enough probably to take over the whole island. And I hear while that's happening, big trouble for TA4Life. Actually, T3 ACU here, getting shields trying to protect against the Navy, but these destroyers are really doing a lot of damage. So we did miss quite a bit here. T3 ACU, we're seeing T3 anti-air, and now TA4Life desperately try and get shields going down in health, about 4,000 dodges, and another shield built. The engineers are really helping. If you can get 3 or 4 of these shields, you're in good shape, and still this floating flak chasing down the destroyers. TA4Life now getting about 4th shield. We're basically seeing this is a big T2 naval spam from Rick, which is causing a lot of damage. Not really nothing that TA4Life can do against it. Still trying to recover this island. And still a presence here. If you can take out those factories, take out those mass extractors, only one left. So really the only eco is back at base for Rick. But Rick really has a strong navy, so it's a navy versus map control here. And the navy is going to slowly be taking it back. A lot of transports here, a lot of T2 mass extractors. And 47 kill for that, cruisers 25, destroyers 33, 32, 28, submarine with 4. So a very powerful navy here. We are seeing some torpedo bombers coming in from TA4Life trying to target some of these cruisers. Actually some subs chasing these cruisers down. If you can take down those cruisers. Now we are seeing T3 air coming in for Rick. That's going to really help. Plus a pretty large T1 sub force. That's really going to shut down this Tech 1 Navy. And you see this cruiser with 61 kills finally gets taken out. Still a few destroyers left doing damage. This has been a complete loss here for Rick. TA4Life trying to get the island back. Now Rick getting more T3 air. Looks like some T2PD here for TA4Life. Looks pretty secure. Still a destroyer in the area with 14 kills. And now the main island for TA4Life getting wiped out by the Navy. Here at minute 32. Pretty big advantage in terms of map control except for water for TA4Life. And I can see his main island here. A lot of mass extractors, a lot of power, a lot of engineers. Pretty nice Tech 1 anti-air spam, trying to take out the T3 air. But really nothing that can be done against these destroyers. It's a big loss here. TA4Life has to really rely on the expansions and really T1 mass extractors. Still a destroyer with 20 kills. Looking for more kills, and it's still very much a spam here. See if Rick getting a lot of his eco from the reclaim. A lot of reclaim here at Rick's Island. Looks like those engineers picking some of it up. It looks like this Navy is going to move on after killing quite a bit of this island. Some torpedo launchers taking on a destroyer, but it's not a very good matchup. Whole bunch of transports on the move. And a chicken started by TA4Life. Let's see if that chicken can do anything. Tech 1 torpedo launchers and somewhat of a navy started here for TA4Life, but still a huge submarine force from Rick. This T2 force still attacking the main island. Still a few engineers left, so they're getting back some of the mass. And once again, floating arty versus destroyers. Destroyers are winning. Massive amounts of kills on these. And Tech 1 submarines here just massacring this attempt at a navy from TA4Life. See engineers running away. It looks like this island is recaptured by a bunch of Auroras. There's just a few NGs there. And the floating Auroras from Aeon saved the day. We also see torpedo bombers here helping out. TA4Life about 3/4 done on the chicken. There's some attacks with floating arty here, but running into a gunship now with 7 kills. Still T2 Navy spam, T3 air, and gunships. Now some frigates as well. Rick back at base, Tech 2 commander. A few Swift Winds working on 3 T2 power generators. And here's this expansion from TA4Life getting massacred once again. This group of 7 destroyers is very important in this game. Here comes the 8th. Looks like the cruisers and a couple more destroyers here, making sure TA4Life has no ability to rebuild. Really only 2 islands for TA4Life that are fully functioning. A lot of death here. Still trying to rebuild the Navy. And more torpedo bombers here from Rick. And maybe an attempt to drop something. Be curious to see what this chicken does here at minute 38. Should be done by about 40 minutes. Map control still TA4Life's favor. So not clear what can be done here against the chicken. It doesn't look like Rick really knows about it. And a whole bunch of factories once again. These should be dead pretty soon. Just against air. The destroyers will make sure. And the last engineer on this island is killed. It's a fresh island. He can take it with a drop. And some interceptors running 2-3 air. So total air control here from Rick. Total naval and air control. And here comes the chicken walking through the water. I'll take out a couple of those transports. Power problems for TA4Life. Getting some T2 power generators and a naval. Some more naval plants here for TA. Actually has a whole bunch of Navy everywhere, and here is floating Artie gets a single kill against the cruiser. And pretty much a massacre here. Well, now maybe this chicken can turn the game. See the floating Artie just getting wiped out by gunships. And some torpedoes not hitting the chicken. This will get a lot of energy for the chicken once it gets out of the water. Looking at the map, that's the only island for Rick. Rick is in the water running away. He's realized there's a chicken. The NGs are running as well, 13 kills for the chicken. Gets out of the water, a lot of submarines there. And you can see that was a total self-destruction of this entire island. So I see this chicken stuck at 20 kills. That was a very good move. See another naval factory built by Rick now. Looks like destroyers are running back. They're going to try to cover the ACU against that chicken. And nice naval spam here with Tech 1 Navy, plus a lot of floating Artie. Still, these subs should be big trouble. We see 3 empty islands here, actually 4 empty islands. And the 2 islands that have any kind of production are for TA4Life, although the units that Rick has already built, total air and naval control. And here come the T2 bombers. They're going to attack this chicken. The chicken's going to make it back on dry land. And now we are seeing all these units getting close to where TA4Life is. They're pretty secure under that many shields. Really no capacity to win back Navy. We see these cruisers harassing one of TA's islands. And absolutely the only factory here for Rick is this one. And he's not producing anything with it. Still 20 kills on that chicken. Rick now is just sitting on an island. He's going to try to get some T2 power. Looks like he has major power problems. He has absolutely no power. Maybe starting with T2 is the bad idea. You want to make some T1 first. But it looks like this chicken has no idea where he's going. That's ridiculous. He could just go right there and kill him. We are seeing Rick switch to T1 power. This chicken is going to try to make it to this island, but looks like in the process he's going to get hit by a whole bunch of submarines. And that's going to be a dead chicken pretty soon. This is pretty ridiculous. 25 kills, a ridiculously good Navy 52. And now this T2 Navy is going to do damage. There are some transports here from TA4Life. You can try to send somewhere, but pretty nice Air Force still alive for Rick. And now the NGs are going to make it back, try to make some more power. Rick has been working on power generators the last few minutes. That's all he can possibly afford, but his destroyers are doing a good job. And it doesn't really look very good here for TA4Life. He's losing units. It's getting hit from all fronts here from the back with some cruisers. Some transports for TA4Life is going to try to take back some of these islands. And actually TA4Life out of the shields trying to dodge the destroyers. Should have dodged sideways, and Rick wins with barely any eco left, so hopefully people enjoyed this one.